All right. Well, happy Friday, Jay.
Happy Friday.
Hey, listen, this is the first day of March of 2024.
Can you believe it? We're already in March.
Listen, this is the last month in the first quarter, and tonight's subject is actually women standing on business. So, if you operate your funds or allocate your funds on a quarterly basis or however you do your business, this first quarter is really significant, but we're going to get into all of that. So I'll give you the opportunity again to introduce yourself really quickly and then we'll get started.
Absolutely. And I love that word. But anyway,
As you should.
I know, I am Joy Young, the coach, and I am your mystic, your millionaire, and your mindset transformer. I am so excited. This is such a great month to be melanated. This is such a great month to be a woman. Because, this is Women History Month,
Yes,
supposedly,
it is.
with this melanated march. Listen, we winning on all sides. So that's why we talking about women standing on business.
Hey, listen, I love the subject. I love talking about business. Uh, and I think we've shared on this platform before that you and I are both business owners, entrepreneurs. We have several businesses, this being one of those businesses. And it's not made for everybody. You know what I
It's
mean?
not.
It's you got to have some really thick skin, and you have to have a unique set of skills in order to be able to manage several different things and hats and positions and roles. And sometimes you're you are every position,
Every position. You are
all of
every
them at
woman.
once.
Right. Right. And I think a lot of people don't realize that because the trending phase is, oh, I'm entrepreneur, not knowing you go from 40 hours a week to 100 hours a week because you're trying to graduate from entrepreneur to business owner to where that business can flow without you. And that takes
Absolutely.
time. And like you said, it takes a lot out of you and your family
Yeah.
and everything to start positioning yourself in the business arena because it is extremely male dominated. I know we see a lot of women faces. We're starting to see where people of color are trying to bring that gap up, but it's still a extremely white male dominated world,
Yeah.
and you have to find where you fit. And we're gonna hit all of these topics because there's so many opportunities out there that we miss because we try to get on the get rich quick. We
Yeah.
try to get on what's trending, and we're not looking at the underground trending businesses that are substantial, that are reputable, and that are holding very strong. We look over those because
Yeah.
we don't want to do the work. But we'll jump on, and you know, social media is not meant for everybody.
Yeah.
So you have to find out if social media is yours, and yeah, we're gonna talk about all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, one of the key things that I learned in taking on this journey was there's two different kind of people, right? There's a person that cashes their check, their weekly,
Hmm.
biweekly, or whatever. Then there's a person who issues the check.
Exactly.
I always wanted to be the person who handed out
That
the checks.
issue. Yeah. Let me pay you for your time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I listen. Even right now, I'm currently in a position where I take checks. You know what I'm saying? But I also got some
Hmm.
other checks coming in. So it is a honor, it's a privilege, and but yeah, we're gonna talk about all of it because, like you said, it is not easy. Not everybody is built for it. But we're gonna try to break it down as best we can. And as you know, and our listeners know, this platform itself, the Regal Mindset Podcast Show, we're geared to helping you kind of
Hmm.
navigate and change your thought process so that you can get to a place where you're living an abundant life. Right? We all deserve
Exactly.
that. We all deserve
You
that. So
deserve that. You're
let me
worthy of
know.
that.
Oh, absolutely. Let me know what your journey looks like, or kind of help us understand how you got here where you are today and what do you have going on?
I have so much. So I'm always that I've always been that jack of every trade type person. I deep dive into things that I love, things that I enjoy, and it always lands me in a place where I am always doing more than what I need to.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, my tie clip just feels like it's crooked. I'm sorry. So what am I doing now? Now I do work in corporate America. So I do collect a paycheck because at the end of the day, I view my corporate job as a side hustle. It funds my businesses, it
Mm,
funds my endeavors. I'm not there where, you know, that job is primary and everything else secondary. I flip that script because your greatest commodity is always yourself. You are your greatest commodity and your time is valuable, and you should not, especially if you are a true entrepreneur and business owner, your time is the most valuable thing that you're going to have, and you can't give your 8 hours or more to a person that you're funding their vision and you only giving an hour to yours to fund your vision. It doesn't work like that. You have to switch the narrative, and if you're doing it correctly, it will work for you. So one of the main things that I'm into. I am a life coach. I focus on realization, manifestation, and success. So through the winning circle. So if you want to find me, it's at thewinningscircle.life. I have so many emails, website. So it is thewinningscircle.life. You can sign up for coaching. My goal, I'm not a counselor. I'm not there to talk about your issues or your problems. Now, if there's something that comes up that is a block, I'm going to bring that up. However, I'm not going to unpack it for you. That's not my job. I'm here to help you see a better path for yourself and give you the tools to get there. That is my goal. So, moving to the next thing, I also have a consulting firm. I have Zennial Consulting. So Zennial is Xennial consulting.us. Zennial, I'm a Zennial. I am between Generation X and a millennial. So my work ethic is Generation X, but I lead and manage as a millennial. And I also realize that we are transitioning out of the workforce. I'm 45. I don't plan on being there forever. So, what we're doing is making the space for the younger generations to come into the workforce, but who's going to teach them because they don't know our skill?
yeah.
They got a degree, they got the certification, but they don't have our skill. They didn't go through the years of experience that we bring. So I'm pulling myself to be a coach in that or a consultant in that space to help navigate you to your success. So I deal with personal, I'll deal with small to medium, and I deal on the corporate side because not only do I offer business strategy, I offer career strategy. I also offer diversity, equity, inclusion training. I also offer um, something that we're getting into now with Zenio Consulting is help like for individuals that are going through situations with their job. I'm able to offer consulting and coaching. Like for example, you're an adult with a disability. You went to your HR and you're trying to get some type of help. I can help navigate you through that to get you to a place to where you could take it either to an attorney or further. But so far, we've had some really good success with the people that I've been working with, where they have found the information valuable, implemented it, and now they're doing what they need to do, and their employers responded to them. So those are some things that we're offering, and also we do offer project management and operational excellence. So those are things that we offer our corporate customers. We come in, we can look into your situation and try to bring alignment to your organizational structure and bring some processes in and things like that. So that is what Zenio Consulting is. Then
Take a breath.
I know. Then I have blackwallstreetfinancial.com. So I'm all about black dollars. I'm all about black wealth. I'm a black. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. I support anybody, but do everybody support us? No. So I'm creating this space because I am a certified and licensed loan officer. I offer home loans in all 50 states. No, I don't bring you in and try to push you to a business. We're getting you a loan if you're ready to go through the process. I also help you with credit repair to get you into a financial place for a home. We also have partners that we do life insurance. If you need um, estate planning, financial planning, we have partners that can help you with that. And then we're going to continue to branch out, because again, when I say we're talking about African Americans, people of color, LGBT, we are not represented well
Yeah.
in the in industry. We heard the stories with Navy Federal, where we found out that they were not giving African Americans loans. We know about how they target neighborhoods and redline us out of certain neighborhoods. So we're building that out. We want to make sure that you have the all the necessary information and the funding to get you a home if that's what you choose to do. And we offer all of these products. It's a lot. I don't want to go into it. If you want it, reach out to us. We can set up that appointment. But something else that we're going to be adding on is property appraisal. So I'm
Mm,
also getting my certification in that because, again, I want Black people to know when we walk into your house, you're going to get the correct value. You're not going to
okay.
have to change. Like, I don't know if you saw it on the news. It was a Black couple had an appraiser to come by the house. They appraised it over on more than $100,000 less because it was Black. And how they figured that
Mm,
out, they called somebody else to do an appraisal from the same company, just a different person, took everything Black out the house and had their white friends stand in, and it came in over the appraised amount. And this is stuff that deals with us every day. How can we fix that? We can't complain about it. We got to get to work and get into it and do it and build our community to where our community feels safe, right? And then the last one, not the last thing, but one of the other things that I'm currently in is I am an officiant. I also do christenings. I am, what else we do? We do funerals and we do funeral coordination through our Pragma Ministries. So it is Pragma, Pragma, love.net. Because what I found is that a lot of churches don't want to offer LGBT services, which is sad. Hey, you found somebody, we travel, we'll do whatever. Plus the funeral coordination, because you know people have coordinators for their weddings, but then when you die, that's one of the extremely most emotional
yeah.
moments that a family is going to go through, and you're not making rational decisions.
Yeah.
So you need somebody to come in and help orchestrate that. Make sure you're getting the correct cost. Make sure your paperwork is filed correctly, because sometimes we don't do planning when it comes to, especially the African American community. We don't plan. So
True.
when it hit, we respond to the situation. And what happens is we're financially out because we're paying top dollar at the funeral home. And you need somebody that's coming in that you could trust to help navigate through that and just to make sure that you're not having those deficits in that time of need. So
Right.
we're, I feel that it was best that we start putting ourselves in that community, because we said before on one of our shows that the we don't have a community when it comes down to support. We don't have our own schools. We don't have our own financial institutions. We don't have any of that. But other communities do, and they thrive. So we need to be able to build, and if we know the history of Black Wall Street, we need
Mm,
to be able to build our own community, bring these things in and partner together so that we can find strength and then duplicate it. Go to the next place and duplicate it. Go to the next place and duplicate it, because that is where our strength is. We are the most economically wealthy class of people. people of color, and LGBT. LGBT come in second. They're like 3.4 trillion. And people of color are in the double trillion. We have too much money to
For
circulate it
sure.
to other places. And it's not just about buying a t-shirt or a watch. What it is to teach you how to manage it so that you can buy all the t-shirts and all the watches or make your own, you know? So those are things that one, you're going to learn at Regal Mindset. And two, what we as business owners are trying to bring to you. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, that is all good things. I've listed all of the websites of the businesses that you manage and own. So they're scrolling at the bottom of the screen. But I do want to touch on some other things that I am aware of regarding you. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know that you were doing these things. But you're also an author. At some
Yes.
point, you've managed to write what, 4 books?
3 of 4.
3 or 4. I don't know that you've even slept at all of 2023 or 2022. So I am just shocked that you're even sitting there having, the conversation with me. So talk to us about the books that you have, and they are on Amazon. I've already gotten mine. They haven't come yet. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
go
Thank
ahead
you.
and plug each one of the books and kind of shed light on what they're about.
Absolutely. So, as you know, I always got something to say.
Whew.
I said, why not, put it out there? So, one of the books is called You Are What You Eat. You are what you entertain, what you attract, and what you think. And it's a small book, so it's a quick read. You don't have to be intimidated. But this book is really teaching you how to increase your positivity and how you can consume positivity because you're truly what you entertain, what you attract, and what you think. We don't take note of what our spiritual selves, our mental selves, our emotional selves, what we take in.
Mm,
We're quick to feed our face, but then we don't feed our faith. We don't feed our emotions. We don't feed our mental. We don't feed any of that the correct food, and which is in the source of energy, which is in
mm,
the source of surrounding, which is in the source of thought. We don't do that. And what happens is it puts us in such a negative place to where we're pessimistic. We're always looking at the cup half full. We
mm-hmm.
never position ourselves to be the great individuals that we are truly are. And so we have to remember I told you I'm a mindset transformer. You have to change the what you're entertaining. You have
Absolutely.
to change who you attract. And the only way you could change who you attract is because you attract who you are. So then you have to change who you are in order to attract exactly what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the Bible tells us, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It's
Mm,
not just about here, thinketh in his heart. So you have to position yourself and consume positive things in order to live a positive life. So this is just an intro book, give you some insight on how to make those changes. And because of that, that's why when I grow up, I want to be just like me.
there you go.
You know, when I found, and it took me a while because when we was little, what happened? What you
Yeah.
want to be when you grow up? What
Right.
you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be this. And you was so fixated on being what you saw, you forgot to become. So now we're older and we're trying our best to change that whole path that we went down in life. And it's hard.
Yeah.
If I wanted to be, if I was what I wanted to be when I grow up, I would be a craniofacial surgeon, and I'm not. Now, does it hurt sometimes? Yes, because that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
However, I lost so much of me along the way till I had to find me and realize how
Whoa, we lost her. Okay.
put out there as if it was a bad thing. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
I take those flaws and I can change them and use them for my good. And like, no, you might have thought it was a bad thing about me, but it was really good and I built on it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm my own role model. I am good. And when I say perfect, I'm not meaning in the way that I'm flawless. I mean it in the mature. I'm perfect in everything that I do because
Okay.
it's intentional. And at the end of the day, I'm living the best life I see for myself.
There
And
you go.
and I don't want to be Oprah. Now, do I like Oprah money? Absolutely. But do I want to be Oprah? I don't want to go through what she went through to become Oprah.
Okay.
Joy has been through enough to become joy. So yeah, when you've realized it, you want to be just who you are, and that's you. And then
Yeah.
the last book that I have, now I'm not gonna lie, Fred, this one has caused a lot of problem on social media so far.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Indulge.
So this book is called Whiteface, The Whitewashed Black Mind.
I think I seen some of them comments.
Man, they've been going in and I've been enjoying every bit. It hit a trigger.
You want
And
the
I say,
smoke?
I love the smoke. Bring it. And I'm not engaging in the conversation with them because people has really been, especially black men, have really been stepping up to the plate and they haven't even bought the book and arguing the fact because representation matters.
Yes.
And as somebody that's in corporate America, just because they put a person that is my color in a position doesn't mean they're my color. You don't represent me. And I don't need an Uncle Tom. I don't need somebody who's not fighting for diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Because we forget equity because
Mm.
everything needs to be fair. But we don't have that type of representation. A lot of companies do not put money into DEI. Actually, it was a job I seen the other day. They actually posted, and one of the surveys they sent afterward was like, "Are you a millennial or are you a Gen X, Gen Z?" Then, depending on which one you click, it asks you the next answer. What are you looking for in your next position? So they're noticing the trend of who's coming into the workforce. So then when you have somebody that has worked their way up the ranks and they're thinking they're deserving of the job, but then you go to them, I don't need nobody to be dapping me up and all of that, but I need you to fight for me when it comes down to our space in the office. But if you on their side, what are you doing for us? It also talks about micro insults, microaggression, because a lot of people, and I'm not saying all white people are bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all other people that are not of color are bad. What I'm saying is they was raised different. Their culture is different, and they don't, may not understand how some of the things they do still affect us. And some of them do, but some of them
Yeah.
really don't.
Yeah.
And I have a friend at work. She's not my friend, the lady I do her projects. And she's like, girl, and she be like, and I'm like, let's go and stop that because I'm a whole woman, just like you used to call them boys, don't call me a
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
You have to correct that, or if you challenge them or bring it to their attention. Like I had some guy on Facebook told me, Tom, we don't need another woke person. Well, I told him to go back to sleep. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say.
I saw that
And
comment.
yeah, just the title alone. And I've experienced so much backstabbing and betrayal by Black individuals in the corporate space.
Say that.
And these are people in management. No, you don't represent me. So, yes, white face. This is Black people who put on a white face. And we're talking about imposter syndrome. It's in
Yeah.
here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm waiting to see the rest of the comments. Like one man, they went back and forth for 60 comments.
Wow.
60. I say,
Well,
just get the
listen.
book.
Okay. I cannot wait to get my copies. And the next time we see each other, I want you, if you don't mind, to autograph them
I
so that
will.
I can put them right behind me on my bookshelf here. But yeah, listen, I understand where you're coming from, and I can appreciate the fact that you took the time out to write what was necessary that we need to hear and read about in our community. So thank you for doing that,
Thank you
for
so
answering
much.
that call. Um, man, that was a lot,
I
and
know.
as we said at the top of the show, listen, everybody cannot be an entrepreneur, and everybody
Right.
can't handle or birth a business and be successful in that.
Exactly. Hey, but to be honest with you, success is going to come with that failure.
Yeah,
So it's like everybody is not going to be able to accept the failure of it. Because what if it don't work? And I want to
right.
pivot here because even though it's still in business, I started a brand, Donnell Vincent. And yes, I
Uh-huh.
still have that's donnellvincent.com. And it was a monthly style box. It was doing so well for 3 years. I had and people had their subscriptions, loving the product. I was continually increasing it, things like that. And COVID hit, and I was not able to get any product for months.
Mm,
So it was a big hit because I'm like, dang, people are getting it. You know, they're loving the product. And people that I've never even knew was ordering it,
yeah.
and it knocked me off my game. So but I had to see the beauty in that failure. It gave me an opportunity to revamp. So,
Mhm.
I'm pivoting this because I want to get on Kaizen clothes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's giving me the opportunity to revamp. It's giving me the opportunity to start again, bring some freshness to the brand, and relaunch. And I'm telling you, I got some things coming.
Yeah,
Trust me, y'all. I'm
yeah.
gonna hit y'all with some good stuff because we need it.
I know. Well, listen, you never sleep, so I don't we can't expect
I,
anything less.
I do sleep.
I don't know when. But listen, you're absolutely right. So, okay, we're gonna pivot right there, then we may come back to
Yes.
some things that we talked about. So you mentioned Kaizen Clothes. Kaizen Clothes is
Yes.
actually my clothing brand, right?
Yes.
Kaizen actually means continuous improvement. And why I started the clothing brand was largely in part because a lot of my day to day wear and how I carry myself and present myself to the world is very
Yes.
professional, very businesslike. And I wanted something that I could play with and have fun with. If I wanted to dress it up, I could. If I wanted to dress it down and just be casual and just have fun, I could do that. And so a
Hmm.
lot of the clothes or a lot of the designs are based around just having fun, not taking yourself so seriously, but
Right.
and also thinking forward in that at some point we will graduate or gradually advance towards more of a professional wear and things that represent and reflect me as a person. Right.
Hmm.
So, but I wanted to name the brand Kaizen simply for that reason. It's something that's near and dear to me. I'm actually wearing one of the brands or one of the latest designs. It says
Yes.
influence is currency, right? And we know
Yes.
that, right? We see a lot of influencers online. We are influencers, whether you believe it or not. We create
Hmm.
content on a regular basis, so we, to some degree, have influence over our audience and our group of people that follow us, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And so I would just encourage anyone who has a gift, who has a talent, and sometimes we're blessed with many gifts and many talents. Apparently, you
Hmm.
have all the talents.
Really.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But yeah, I would just encourage anyone who has or who's able to find their gift and talents. And we learned yesterday on one of the training programs that we
Hmm.
both attended that what is it? Your what did he say? He said a gift is what you do easily but comes hard to someone else or something to that
Right.
nature. I'm going to find the exact quote of how he said it, but yeah, that's really all it is. And once you're able to find that, then you should be able to monetize on that so that
Right.
you're able to live or have another source or another stream of income. So what it actually says is something that comes easy to me but it's hard for most. So
Oh
I thought
yeah.
that was a great takeaway that was shared with us. But aside from that, right, and I also have a real estate investment
Hmm.
company or business as well. So I acquire real estate properties and I buy and hold, fix them up, and rent them out to for
Yes.
affordable housing. Right. Right now, I'm looking outside of the state of Ohio. If you guys didn't know, I actually live in Ohio. But I also intend to acquire properties here in Ohio as well. And that actually came to me in terms of wanting to, I guess, honor my late mother who passed away
Mhm.
maybe 4 years ago. Wow,
Oh,
4 years
wow.
ago. She was a single mother,
Mhm.
wasn't able to acquire or obtain her own home, which is something that I had wanted, gosh, probably since I was a kid. But nonetheless, as an adult, and I'm in a position to where I can do certain things. Of course, we own our home here, but I want to be in a position to be able to offer other single young
Mhm.
mothers or families the ability to own a home and have a stable life and living for their family. So
That's
that's why
amazing.
those two businesses were birthed. They were both intentional, and they were both planned and thought out of. A couple things that I want to talk about, right?
Mhm.
Aside from all the different things that we do, right? Uh, what I think people lack in knowledge when they want to take on the entrepreneurial journey is that all of the work that takes
Oh,
to
God.
making sure you structure your business correctly,
Mhm.
making sure your finances are in place, right?
Mhm.
That if you have staff and employees, that you're hiring the right people, right? And there's all particulars that go with that, right? And a lot of times you may or may not be the expert in that area, but
Right.
certainly know how to reach out to those resources to be able to tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, I need help with this, right?
Right.
And then there's so many different things that go into that business. One, learning what it is, how to operate it, how to navigate through certain spaces, because as you said, they don't always welcome people who look like us.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
unfortunate. But at the same time, we have to say, I can't give up. And as you said earlier, uh yes, maybe we all have the ability to do so, but the lessons, a lot of the lessons are in the failures that we experience, right? Have failed
Mhm.
in many different things, but what I've learned most is not to do what didn't work.
Right.
That was of value to me. So that's one other thing that I would encourage anybody that's listening to us. If you're in a position that you're thinking about starting a business, train and educate yourself. Make sure you expose
Mhm.
yourself to as many too, right?
Oh, we're having some
Um,
connection issues.
okay. Yeah, it looks like it's waving out for some reason. But yeah, so we have to be intentional and make sure that we're
Mhm.
staying focused and we don't give up at the sight of trouble and problems. Do you have anything
And
else you
that's
want to add
hard.
to that?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
is.
hard for some people,
Yeah,
especially when you don't have a coach. And
facts.
everybody's not a coach because let's look at what coaches does. Um, the coach is not always the best player. When the coach that's on the sideline, they're seeing from a different angle to give you a better insight. They also see your skill set and how, and they hone in on how they can make that better.
Mm,
I don't have to be the player. I don't have to know how to cook to open a restaurant. I don't have to do that. However, as somebody who has a coach, they understand it's not a limitation, but it's an ability to see past intuitively where the situation is. And so no matter what you get in, there's somebody that's been there.
mm,
Now, you do have some people that are gatekeepers, but everybody doesn't gatekeep. When, just for example, when I do discovery calls, they are free. Information is free. But if you need me to do additional work and you want to continue services, you pay me because my time is valuable.
yeah.
But information is free. I could give you a load of information, what we can fit in that 30, 45 minutes. I will dump it out. But we also, and when I say we, I'm talking about the Black community primarily, we don't research. We
Mm,
see, Facebook is a perfect example. Oh my God, rest in peace. And you done posted that Big Bird done died, and Big Bird is still walking on Sesame Street. You don't even do the due diligence before you repost something.
yeah.
So do the due diligence and find out and become the subject matter expert in what you're trying to do. I went into project management on a whim. I just so happened to get the job.
Mm,
And I learned it and learned it and learned it and got the certifications, got everything I needed to be the best in it. I can say proudly, regardless on what, I am the Olivia Pope in project management. Point blank
okay,
period.
Olivia.
I'm going, I know my skill set. I have people that I work with that can say the same exact thing. Actually, I posted it on Facebook. One guy that me and him worked together on the project, and it made me feel so good that he brought up that memory. Like, I know what I'm good at. So what I
Hmm.
did was took what I'm good at and tried to find how I can help other people get into that space and be successful. Therefore, I became a coach. So that's what you need to do. Not these people that says, "Oh, you give me $2,500 and I'll show you how to become a faceless Facebook." That doesn't work for everybody. You need to find what works for you, something that you can be dedicated to, what you're good at, what's a passion, and
Mm,
how you can, like you said, monetize that.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think that's where a lot of people miss it. And especially Black people, we got to do better. We got too many skills that we sit on and let it be used by other people.
Yeah,
And now that AI is out there, heck, you can do anything.
yeah, quickly.
Exactly. So, I get in stuff that I'm interested in that I know that will get my attention.
Yeah,
And that's going to keep my attention. So everything doesn't. It's like, I'll check out real quick.
yeah. I will say that I, if at all possible, I do try to support Black businesses.
Yes.
With that being said, there are times where I hate
Hmm.
going into a Black owned business. They're unprofessional. Not all of them. So hear me when I say this. Not
Hmm.
all Black businesses are unprofessional. There are experiences that I've had where the customer service is less than
Less than.
less than. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Okay. So and or the quality of whatever the material is, whether it's clothing, whether it's mechanical, whether it's electronics, whatever it is,
Hmm.
the quality is not always up to par, in my opinion.
Right. And I
And
agree
it
with you
just
on
seems
that.
like, yeah, it just seems like they just, we're gonna open a business, maybe not have
And that's
done
it.
all the research in terms of finding the right manufacturers and the right providers, the right uh suppliers. There's so many different things that I feel like they
Mhm.
just rush into just because of the fact they want to say, I got a business. It's same thing with cooking. Everybody who cooks should not be a caterer.
Exactly, because you don't even know how to set it up. Your food is over seasoned, and you got to keep in mind you're cooking for the masses, not cooking for your home.
Yeah. Or
You know,
Instagram.
on Instagram. But you know what? Piggybacking off what you said, especially these Black promoters, it kills me because when I go out, I want to have a good time.
Yeah.
So I don't mind paying for a section. I don't mind us being in our little segregated area. I don't want you over there by me anyway. So, and they don't operate, it's a lot of people that operate with the spirit of excellence. And we went into this club, and this is a true story. We went into this club one time and and it was barely anybody there. So it was kind of early. Plus, it was in November. It was my
Mhm.
sister-in-law birthday. I don't even know why she had me in these streets. So we go to this club, and I'm like, all right, let me get a little section. Hey, how much VIP table? 200. For what? This is why I said for what. It wasn't because it was 200. That's easy. You had a literal Dollar Tree plastic black tablecloth. You had, the little thing, the weight that holds balloons.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had one of those in the middle. Didn't have no balloons on it, but you had the weight in the middle. So now you saying 200 for a Dollar Tree black plastic tablecloth that we get for the kids. You had a balloon weight as a centerpiece, 200 plus I had to buy two bottles. So you want me to get a $39.99 bottle of Ciroc and you want me to pay you 150 for it? You can go to three hells because I'm not doing that. For you to come around with a flashlight, a little girl in some little booty shorts that don't match the other girls in there. Y'all ain't got no type of matching work uniforms. She look like she just got off of Hooters and changed shirts. And then she coming up with a flashlight and some sparkles to bring me a $39 bottle of Ciroc when I
Yeah.
don't even drink that, and my drinks cost more than that. Why would I support you? I absolutely won't. You are just like you. I'm putting my money, I'm circulating my money to all things black. Because they
Yeah.
black, I'm doing it. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't care if they black. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But that customer service, that attitude sometimes, and it's like, then you be like, oh, y'all don't support your own. No, you don't support yourself. Going back to that, what is it, sweetly seasoned lady? Have we heard from her since?
No, not at all.
Not at all. We got to do better. We have to get
Yeah.
a quality product, and we got to understand that word by your word of mouth is going to be your biggest organic seller. The way you treat people, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And you
Mm,
can know when a person is genuinely treating you. It's written out, and especially if you in some type of service industry,
yeah.
restaurants, anything like that. You want me to come and buy a plate? That food might not be good, but the way you treated me is gonna make me say that food was good.
Yeah.
Unless it's just, well, it's like two food trucks. I can say the food was horrible. Either way it go,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna still treat it like it was a good experience and a good buy.
Yeah. I agree. Listen, and it's not that they don't have well, I would hope that they have people around them that say to them, listen, maybe you should, change up something, maybe you should do something different or whatever. But if those people around you aren't telling you that, you need to get rid of those people
Or
because they do
enabling
not
your
serve
bad
you.
Behavior. Exactly.
Okay? I
You
just
oh,
can't. I cannot.
let me give you a good one. The girl that was on TikTok with the pink sauce. Remember her?
Pink sauce?
She came out, she made her own pink sauce. Black girl, it blew up. But
Pink
the
sauce.
problem is she didn't do research. She didn't get it
Of course.
to where it was food, food grade. You didn't go through the
Uh-huh.
necessary change to make it food grade. So it was coming in different colors to people. It was expanding because of the heat. You wasn't packaging it well. The ingredients and numbers on the back was out of line. So you didn't get it through the proper channels, one. And then when people was trying to give her feedback, she was like, nah, you don't worry about that. You just, going in. And then now you done got shut down by FDA.
Uh-huh.
No, the US, whatever the food, yeah, FDA. You done got shut down and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's like, yo, if you would have just listened, you would have been just okay. And it was pink. It looked like Pepto Bismol, but I think it tasted like Thousand Island and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. And listen, if they would just take the feedback from customers and people who are engaging in their business, they could do
Hmm.
better. They would
So
do
much
better.
better.
We've got so many people in the comments who are agreeing with
Oh
everything
my
that we
God.
said. Customer
Oh,
service.
the
Customer
professionalism.
service. Regina, listen, I feel your pain. And I also lived on an island at one point.
Oh, that's my
So the
cousin.
fact that it's okay. So the
Hey,
fact that,
cousin.
the black businesses are limited and then the ones that you do frequent have poor customer service or lack professionalism.
Because they don't want your business. But then so it forces us to go spend at companies who want our business only because we're bringing in the money, but don't
Yeah,
like us. Like I have a
yeah.
problem with that.
Big problem. Big mad.
I'm real bad. I don't care. Like they'll tell you, I don't fly Southwest at all. It has to take an act of God and a $10 ticket for me to get on Southwest. One, because I'm not going to argue with the masses of white individuals on
Yeah.
which position I am in the line. Because if you ask me, I'm going to punch in your face because you need to worry about your ticket and not mine. That's number
Right.
one. Two, I was assaulted by a pilot when I was
What?
on a business trip and I reported it. And they talking about, well, we'll give you 300 fine points. I said, wait, because I flew out for work. And
Uh-huh.
so it was a 1 day turnaround. So I went to the job site and I had on my hard hat because I, go to construction sites. So I had my hard hat on the plane and didn't even have luggage. It was a 1 day, same day turnaround. And I
Yeah.
had my hat on. I'm getting on the plane. I heard him talking behind me. And I didn't think he was talking to me. And I heard him say, I just can't help it. And he boop, 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 boop on the top of my hard hat.
Oh, the
And
audacity.
I handled the situation, but then he was a pilot because I still want to leave. So I'm like, let me just snap his picture after I said what I said to him, snap the picture, let him know that I was not happy for what he did, blah, 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 whatever. Snap the picture of him. I went to go complain about it. I get a call back. Well, we can give you 300 points. I said, no, no, because 300 points is not going to get me a whole flight. Let's
At
start
all.
there. Two, I was assaulted. Well, did you go to the hospital and get a report? No, but there's a whole plane of witnesses. I have his picture, like everything, and they played me. So Southwest would never see my face
Listen, I don't
unless the
think
ticket
300
is ten
points would get
dollars
you a
plus
drink.
free.
I don't think 300 points will give you a drink. So Southwest, if
Yeah,
somebody gets this to you, y'all need to make that right. Y'all
yeah, and
have
I
to
was
make
like,
that
I
right.
was over it. They played it like it was nothing, and I'm like, this dude hit me in the head and laughed. Now, if I would have been a white woman and laid out in the aisle, what would happen?
Listen, I don't know, man. These people, it just blows my mind just the way they carry themselves. Just the
Mm.
way they carry themselves.
But
All right,
let me
so
ask you this real quick.
sure.
What advice would you give these black businesses? What would be your feedback?
Ooh, the best advice I would get depends on the industry, right? More than likely, if you are in the food industry, right? There's people who do
Mm-hmm.
food industries really well, right? There's certain
Mm-hmm.
restaurants that you go to that do things. Their food is always superb. The customer
Mm-hmm.
service is always excellent. The ambiance and the decor within the restaurant or the establishment is always elegant. It's always
And it's
inviting,
clean.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That part. You almost feel like you shouldn't have to say that, but hey, then I would model. You don't have to do exactly what that company or that organization is doing, but but carry or conduct your business in that manner, right? So every
Right.
time I visit your establishment, it should be very clean and inviting. The ambiance
Mm-hmm.
needs to be so overwhelmingly comfortable that I want to come here every day to spend my money, right?
Right.
I want to make sure I want my food to be so good that I come back to the kitchen to kiss the chef,
Kiss the
right?
chef.
Okay, on the mouth.
I'm coming in full
Okay,
throttle.
right. But do above and beyond so that you can get the recognition and, like you said, the word of mouth so others can come and frequent your business. It doesn't take a lot from us to be able to set our standards at a level that is above just the average.
And that's
Anybody
it.
can go
Set
to
be the
McDonald's.
standard.
Anybody can go to Burger King. They exist for a reason. But if I'm coming to your establishment, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to spend my money. I want the experience to be above and beyond what my expectation is, especially if you look like me.
Exactly. Because if we want to be truthful, what they expect from McDonald's. You get in, get out.
Exactly.
You already know it's coming with attitude, it's coming with everything possible.
Yeah.
Take it behind a Chick-fil-A and see what happens.
Listen, the best thing that ever happened to them was COVID. They
That's
changed
it.
their whole model. The
Hmm.
way we order our food at Chick-fil-A, and so let me be clear, I'm not a Chick-fil-A fan.
Right.
However, my wife is.
They
I don't
love
know
it.
what they put in that chicken, but she loves that chicken. It,
Something got to
it's
give.
not my cup of tea. Yeah. However, I can appreciate the fact that you can go through the Chick-fil-A line in less than probably 3.4 seconds, it seems like. And they have your food handing it to you by the time you get around to the window.
And everything is in the bag. Everything you ask
Okay.
for.
And I don't
And
have to pay extra for napkins.
I don't have to ask you for an extra. So, like they have it so much, you be like, the sauce in the bag. Oh shoot, I ain't. And you know what? I had one issue, which is because my 4-year-old, that was her thing. When we go pick up from
Okay.
daycare, you come out, Chick-fil-A is right there. So it was no, I ain't had no choice. I couldn't just ride by it. So she got Chick-fil-A every day for almost 2 years, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how much that was. That was like $20 a day every week that she was in school. One time I pulled up at, yeah, Frick Filet. That's how she said, I want Frick Filet. And like my cousin said, I will drive out of my way
Oh,
for
for sure.
good service and quality. One time I went to Chick-fil-A, made my order, normal thing. They didn't put all the food in the bag. So I circled back around, came on the side, I said, hey, we're missing blah, blah, blah. The girl, well, I need your bag. Okay. So I gave her the bag back. She looking through the bag with her hand. I guess to say I'm lying. Okay. I left it like it was. She gave us that stuff, gave us our food, we left. I said, hold on, wait a minute. That seemed kind of odd. So I called
Yeah.
back up there, talked to the man. She said, what's your name? I said, Joy. This is what they said. You get a 5-piece kid. They read my whole order. They said, you get a 5-piece kids meal with an apple. I said, yes, that's me. And you're in a white pickup truck. I said, yes. They said, we're so sorry. They knew what I ordered. That's how much we go there.
Yeah.
And I told him what happened. I said, and I'm not mad. I said, I think I'm gonna just take it back because why would she do that?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, we shouldn't even look in your bag because if your card declined, they still give you your meal for free. So
What?
why would you go through my bag to see if I'm lying about some damn waffle fries? They ain't even my waffle fries. They
And
hers.
they ain't even hot. For real.
She don't even care. It's just the fact that she got them. So yeah, but if you model, and a lot of people gonna be like, "Well, Chick-fil-A don't like black people." That's not true. Read exactly what the man said. He said he don't like, I mean, not black people, LGBT. He
Uh,
said they don't support LGBT. They don't support people who smoke. They don't support people who get divorced. He gave a whole list, and I don't care. Don't invite them to your wedding. Why does it matter? He ain't got to support me to make me a good feel. He never told me to go through the back door. He didn't make me feel any kind of way. But
yeah.
model people who give you that. They always smiling. You look through the drive-through window, they place is clean. They act like they want to be there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Act like you
Yeah.
want to be there. Act like you want me to come and spend this $50, $60 on some takeout. Because if I
Yeah.
go to Fleming's, I'm paying $500, $600 for the meal, and that's for 3 people.
Okay.
But the experience is amazing.
Okay. And that steak.
Oh my
Listen.
God.
Yeah. Listen.
And when
I
you,
want to just
yeah,
add to
listen, we'll
that.
go there. You're like, oh
Okay,
my
listen, I
God.
want to add to that. Waffle House is one of my favorite places, right? I have a connection with Waffle House for some
You
reason.
do?
Oh yeah. And mm, one thing I will say, well, there's two Waffle Houses that are near me that I frequent
Mm-hmm.
often, probably too often. But no sooner than I walk through the door, any one of the waitresses, Keisha, come here. You can sit in my
Oh,
section.
wait, because she
They
know
know
you
me by
tipping.
name.
You
Okay?
listen, you
That
tipping.
part, that part. They make sure I don't even have to tell them what I want to drink. She gonna put my
They already
coffee down.
know.
She gonna put my saucer down because I don't want no coffee cup on the table. Put my saucer down. I'm a little
Right.
bougie. That's okay. I pay for it. And
Exactly.
so they put my coffee down. Then she'll get me an orange juice, and she's gonna ask me which one of the meals that I want because it's only a couple, couple different variations of what I want. But my point in saying that is, I tip her. I don't care if I just get coffee. I'm gonna give her 10, maybe $15, just because the way they take care of me every time,
Exactly. And
every
they know that.
time. Exactly. So soon as I come through the door, Keisha, come on. Come on, you sit over in my
Mm-hmm.
section. And if they're not gonna be there, they're gonna tell me, listen, I'm not gonna be here in the next couple of weeks.
Right. Make
But
sure you
such and
come
such
back
is
though.
gonna take care of you.
Right.
And
And
I can
but
appreciate that.
that matters. And you know what? That's a rich leisure. That's a wealthy leisure.
Hmm.
Most rich and wealthy people, they want to be recognized when they walk into an establishment because of what they've given. Now,
Hmm.
the low grade want you to recognize them and they don't even leave you a tip. That's something different. But if you ever been around wealthy people that frequent a place, they want that recognition.
Yep.
And that recognition show that I treat you well, you treat me well.
Yep. And they don't
Not
tell
because
my
you want
wife
to
on
come
me
in
when
there and
I've been too
flame.
many times. Yeah.
You said what?
They don't tell my wife on me when I've been too many times. They just keep it quiet.
Exactly. They're gonna keep your secret. They're gonna hold
Yeah.
it. They like, I'm not doing that. But you know what? I People need to realize that that energy has
Mm.
karma attached to
Hmm.
it. So what you put out, how you treat people, you cast your bread upon the water after many days, it's gonna return. God is not mocked forever, man. So if that chili also so that same energy that you're dealing with is what's going to come back. And you have to be okay with eating what you served.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's it. And when people get that idea that you really supposed to treat people the way that you want to be treated, I think they may change the way they deal with people. And
Yeah.
especially in these businesses. Because like you and I, and it's plenty of other people that we don't hang around people that don't operate like us. If you
Hmm.
go to a restaurant and show out, more than likely you're not going to see us with you. We're not doing that.
Hmm.
It's a way to handle things. And if we leave a table and we're leaving a good tip, we expect everybody in our party that want to be around us to do the same thing.
Hmm.
Now, if they're not deserving of it, they're not deserving of it. That restaurant we went to for Cultivate's birthday, did that soup do us justice?
Ooh, baby.
It
Yes.
did. That food was amazing. And we made sure we tipped, I don't even know her name, Katie, whatever her name was. We made sure we showed her how much we appreciate her service because she was a really good
Absolutely.
server,
Yes. Yes.
you know, and that comes with value because that's the precedence that we're setting. Because when our businesses, that's what we expect. So if we decide to go open up a restaurant, how we treated our server, how we treated the industry, how we did things is the same energy of what's going to happen at our restaurant. So that's why you got to make sure you do right.
Yeah. And as employers and bosses, you got to expect that. You have to have a level or a set of standards that your employees understand. Why? Because
Hmm.
it is going to affect your bottom dollar, right? It is going to affect their experience, which if they refuse to come, then you're gonna be out of business anyway. But
And what are
everybody
you going to
has
do?
to understand that. Yeah, absolutely. They have to understand that. I'm not saying that you have to, uh, because sometimes customers aren't right, but at the very least, be respectful, right? And try to accommodate them as best you can. There's some
And
things
even
that
if they're
we can,
wrong, it's the way that you handle it.
right. You don't have to be
You
attitude
can
and
you
swinging
can
your
walk
neck.
away. Exactly. We don't have to match all of that. Either one, I do apologize. If there's nothing that I can do to correct the situation, I'm going to ask you to leave and we will make sure we adjust what you've already consumed. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Put them
Yep.
right in their place. Call it a day. It is what it is. It's a way
I
that you
agree.
handle things.
100
Because I don't mind. Listen, because we're not doing that. And we
at
want
all.
all the things we touch to be successful. And another thing I wanted to add about being successful is I don't know how people deal. I do deal in numerology
Oh,
and astrology, and I follow things like that. It's not all about just your zodiac and stuff like that. I follow because it's a saying, and I got to find out who said it. They said, um, I think it's billionaires follow astrology. And there's a certain energy that you could be in. And what made me produce everything in 2024, because
mm-hmm.
2024 is eight. It's the number of abundance, it's the number of money, and it's a number of infinity. So even if nothing Like say the business slow drag through 2024, I'm still in that 2024 energy. So in 2025, everything that happened in 2024 is going to produce in 2025. So I'm giving y'all some winning circle
There you
manifestation and
go.
all of that good success. So when you're starting your business, look at the day that you're starting it on, the energy in that moment, under what planetarian moment it started under. What is the numeric
Hmm.
value? We all got life path numbers. I'm a 33. I'm a master number. Find out what that is. I'm telling you, if you do your due diligence and find out where your planet was on the day that you was born and the hour and do all of that, it will unleash so much of your understanding and how you operate. Even though I know I'm a Cancer, I found out that I communicate as a Leo.
Mm.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, didn't even, now I see why it comes out the way
Okay.
that it does. But I feel like a Virgo sometimes
Mm.
because my rising is Virgo. So
Okay.
you find all these things about yourself and it'll help you navigate in the industry and the business that you're supposed to be in. And I promise you it'll help you benefit you.
I am definitely gonna take a look at that. I'm just a tourist.
And
I'm
find out your
just
life path number because it's a lot of people that I follow. We talk about it in our spiritual community. Um, and when I realized my life path number, and I realized that I'm a one, because I'm a 33 life path, but my mind plane number is a one. So I think masculine.
mm,
So because of that, then also depending on the number, your mind plane number and the day that you was born, it tells a whole outlook of how your life's supposed to be. And I'm just
mm.
getting into it and it's starting to make sense. So now I do things so intentional. Yeah, it's a sanctuary app.
Okay.
And so I downloaded, I put in, I know I was born at 12 noon, July 10th, 1978, put the information in, and it laid out. And I said, oh, it told me where, what house this in. And then when I look it up and try to figure it out, I'm like, oh, oh,
Connected some
got it.
dots for you. Okay.
Connected so many dots. So when it came down,
Wow.
and then if you'll notice, another thing, if you'll notice, most of the most successful companies, there's 13 generational families that are out there. The Rothschilds, we're talking about Vanderbilt, we're talking about the Rockefellers. It's 13 of them. They operate in 13. They also, if you look at Rolex, that all of their watches on their pictures are set to a certain time.
Yeah.
It's a company that came across my timeline, and they called the 1916 watch company. So you got 1, 9, 10, then you got the 1 and the 6 is 7. So you put those together. And you got a 17. Then you
Mm-mm.
break that number down, you got an 8, a money number. If
Okay.
you look at any the day that Steve Jobs was born, match the same number he took over Apple, match the it's all about looking at the synchronicities of these numbers and how they
Okay.
operate. So I take all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely looking that up. I'm looking that up before I go to sleep tonight.
Yeah,
I
and
want
find
to
out your
know.
life path number. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it, frat. I'm a 33. I know. I'm like, hey, I'm walking around with the big chest. I got the
Okay.
master number. Boom.
There we
Because
go.
everybody want to follow the angel numbers, but you really don't understand that that angel number is the energy in that moment when you recognize it. It ain't you looking for 1111. You just happen to be doing something and you're being mindful. And you're like, oh, 1111. And you
Yeah.
find out what energy that 1111 is in, that 333, the two,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. It's all about energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Well, listen, we have taught our community a lot tonight.
A lot. They owe us.
A lot. And listen, I'm hoping that they have questions. If y'all got questions about what kind of businesses are that you're interested in starting, if you have questions about where to start, how to start, whatever those
We can
questions
help you.
are, drop them in the comments, right? Um, I feel like tonight's show has been a lot of sharing about myself and about you and the other businesses that you have and what we've got going on. It was a great show because I don't know that our
It was a
audience
great
really
show.
knew that about us. Yeah.
They don't. And it's
Yeah.
good because then they can see us and reason why we have regal mindset. It's
Right.
our thinking. It's the way
Yeah.
we think.
Yeah.
It's a standard.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's putting a whole bow on the podcast itself and the reason why it was birthed. All
Right.
of it's like a full circle, man. Can you believe it?
Exactly. And actually, I want to go back. I did see one comment. I know we were
Yeah.
ready to wrap it up,
Oh,
but
you good? You
Nicole,
good? I
I saw
mean,
our
it's just
frat
us.
indispensable had
Yeah.
a comment, and she was saying that she has people that want to pay her because we know that she
Uh-huh.
does the Lego build outs.
Yeah.
Amazing. I
Fantastic.
listen, the patience, the diligence of it is beyond me. I can't even color in the same line. So I know that's amazing. And your wife says she's proud of us. And
Oh,
so she said that it's her passion. She loves to do it. But the struggle is people want to pay her to do it, but she's looking at it like, well, it's my way of decompressing, things like
sure.
that. So what would you have to say, if anything, where maybe you can monetize on it and it still be your passion?
Right. So in that case, if it's just a passion and it's not something that you really want to do as a form of income, then I would treat it like that, right? So maybe you have just a small a platform, right? Whether you have a YouTube channel, right, and you're showing people
Hmm.
how you get started, where to buy the Legos at, because I to be honest with you, I wouldn't know the first place to go to buy Legos. I would not
Right.
have a clue. However, there is a niche or a group of people who have that interest, right?
Hmm.
So I would start there. So you're fulfilling your passion, right? You're sharing that experience with your community, and you're building that community. And then if you have the ability to monetize off of that, then certainly that's just another stream of income that you have. So that would
So
be my
basically,
recommendation.
so basically, you're telling her build a community because you get
Yeah,
on Facebook and go live while you're building. How many people could tap in?
yeah,
Start you a Facebook group.
yeah,
Start building that community because there's other people like you that's going to sit and do the same thing. Y'all can have conversations over Legos. I don't know what you talk about. I wouldn't mind dropping in to see what's going on because I think you have absolute beautiful work. I've seen your work.
yeah.
Not only that, she sings.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like she sings up there, like she's like opera singing.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She's so,
Okay.
and she's a seven, she's a seven.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Well, listen,
she's a
no, I
seven.
100% agree. I feel like that would be a great tool for you to be able to expand your love and your knowledge about Legos, to be able
Hmm.
to offer that to other people, because if nothing else, even they just want to see what it is that you guys create, right? There may be other
Exactly.
people who have that interest, who want to get more involved, and they just don't know where to start, right? So you could help them
Hmm.
in that sense. And like Joy said, just building your community and offering that. And then again, if you find the ability to monetize off that, then maybe that the money that you get from those streams of income will
Right.
allow you to go to different conventions. Even let's think beyond that. How about you create a convention and you invite
Oh,
other people in and have sponsors? I just created two new
exactly.
businesses for you.
Listen, come on now. Going to pay your little tithe and offering.
I'll take 10%. You can mail it to me. Cash app it to me.
Exactly. And that's it, because there are opportunities out there.
Yeah.
People can say, oh, it's oversaturated. Let me tell you, if you go down the bread aisle, how many loaves of bread is in there from different brands? That doesn't
Okay.
mean the bread ain't there just because Sarah Lee didn't make it,
Absolutely
So
true.
exactly, you got to
Yeah.
find what fits you and how you can get in there. Look at the industries out there. Find what fits you. If you, like you said, you love Waffle House,
Oh, yeah.
Waffle House is franchisable. You had to commit to open up four, but they're franchisable, and there's none up north.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
You know,
Yeah. I just don't know that I have the patience to deal with anybody. And then the turnover, that's just not something, that's not for
But
me.
that's expected
However,
though.
right, right, and yeah, I would have to look at the numbers. I imagine they make a pretty decent amount of revenue, right, to be
Mhm.
that would make a difference. But I'm not opposed to buying, say, a business that I don't have to uh, attend to personally on a day-to-day basis. And there are those opportunities where you can buy other people's businesses, and it's hands off. It just depends. So you can research that and look those things up. And if that's something that you want to put your money towards, then you're certainly welcome to do that. Just not my
Absolutely.
cup of tea.
Absolutely. Like one of those
Yeah.
businesses is a cemetery.
We got to go. We all gonna
Think
go.
about it. You don't have to be out there cutting the grass, anything. You just got to own the land and make sure it's zoned and make sure
Yeah.
that it's sustainable because you have to offer a lifetime maintenance at that particular grounds. But at the end of the day, you're getting paid at every drop. They got no choice but to pay you. Make sure you got people out there that can cut the grass and maintain it and put them in and cover them back up.
Yeah,
That's it.
I agree. And
But
even
yeah,
on the flip side of that, the funeral home services itself, and then the fleet of equipment, or not equipment, vehicles that go along with that. Rent those out, or whatever. I mean, there's so many different
so
ways.
many,
So
so
many
many.
printing services, streaming
And
services. Everybody can't come into a
fingerprinting
funeral. Yeah.
is that, listen, it's so much. It's so much.
Yeah.
So we actually said, Shamir Jones said this is their first time on, and I just want to say this was very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
really appreciate it. We hope that everything that we release on our platform is helpful, is beneficial, and if we don't have the resource, we will find you the resource. So thank you.
Yeah.
And like and
And
subscribe.
yeah, we want to say to our other moderator, Shay, thank you. she
Yeah,
I, I,
she's
I
been
see
in
she's
it.
been putting the links in there. So
Exactly.
yeah,
But you,
shout out to
yeah,
Shay.
but and if those that are listening, why don't you sign up for our notifications so that you'll know when we're going live and you'll know when we're on. You can keep up to date with us on things that we're doing because Regal Mindset is only the beginning. We have Regal Media. We have things that are coming down the pipeline. And
Yes,
listen, we're here for you.
absolutely. Absolutely. So if there's ever a time where you guys need our services or our support, please, please, please drop us a note in our DMs, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. We have a website as well. Send us a note, send us an email, and we will do our best to make sure that we can help support in whatever capacity that we can. So,
And
um,
topics. We do
yeah,
take topics. Now, we don't do we do not do like trending things like that unless it's a conversation that we can offer some type of assistance or something like that, but we don't catch on and we're not talking about Cardi B and dumb people. We don't do all of that. So keep that in mind and know, and if you're gonna be in our DMs, we are married. We don't want no
absolutely.
booties and cheeks in
Absolutely.
our DMs.
Yes. However, if you are Mariah Carey, you know where to reach me at.
And Jill
So
Scott, you already know, girl. We could be
I'm just
regal
kidding.
together.
Listen, we had a good
Jill,
time
listen,
tonight.
Mariah and Jill need to know. They
Hey,
need to
they
know.
know. They know, man. I've been
They need to
DMing her
know.
forever.
Oh God, don't get beat up.
Oh man, she better
Not
be driving.
forever. She'll be done pulled over, and next thing you know, popped up. I'm like, see, you did that.
Right, right. Well, listen,
Say something, and both our wives are Capricorn. Exactly. But they
right.
know,
I
y'all
know.
understand how much Jill and Mariah matters. All
They
lives
should.
matter in that case.
There you go. There you
We
go.
have to support them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, listen, I want to just say that it was a pleasure. If you have not gone to Amazon as of yet to get your book by the coach, all three of the books, go to Amazon right now. Drop a comment in a note in the comments that you're going to Amazon right now. I want to see who all is going to Amazon to get the books.
And make sure you leave reviews.
There you go.
Leave reviews. Let me know what you think about it. I'm open to truth.
Yeah,
If you got a question
absolutely.
about it, let me know.
Absolutely. Let me know in the comments for everybody who's watching, who's going to Amazon to get the books. While they're typing in the what's the books? Okay. Shamir, Coach Joy has 3 books that are on Amazon. Do you want to go through the books real quick? You want to she's going to show us real
Yeah,
quick.
and I think Shay is going to put in the she put the links in there as well, so you're able to click on the links. So
Okay. Yep.
hopefully Shay can put it back in there. But we have one book. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the camera. This one is You Are What You Eat, Entertain, Attract, and Think. When I grow up, I want to be just like me. Talking about you and being the best commodity yourself, realizing how successful you are and the beauty that's in you. And my fire starter, White Face, the whitewashed black mind. So, yes, they're all on Amazon. We will put the links in there, and put your clothing line. She put the link in there as well. But please
Yep.
let us know how we can get us some clothes.
Absolutely. So listen, you guys are welcome to go back and watch the show. Throughout the show, we've also had the links to all the various websites, to all the businesses that Joy has. And so you're welcome to visit each one of those sites. I've also listed my clothing line or my brand as well. It's in the Facebook chat. As well as it's listed, and you can find us on TikTok as well, and it has a link in the bio. So even if you get lost, at the very least, send us a note. We will direct you to where you need to go.
Absolutely.
Okay. You can also catch us here next week.
Every week we're here for you.
Next Friday. It's a date. It's a date. So
It's a
listen,
date.
everybody who was on here tonight, tell 10 friends. Tell 10 friends that we're going to be back here next week. If you got more than 10 friends, tell all of them. Please like, follow, comment, and share the content. There's people out there. Is it Shamir? I apologize if I miss if I'm not speaking your name correctly. However, there's people out there who need to hear the content. We've got, like you said, so many different things that's coming down the pipeline. So please, please, please stay connected to us. We have so much love for you guys, right?
Absolutely.
Where my camera at? There we go. We got love for you guys, and we continue to bring you good content. Be blessed as always, and keep a regal mindset.
You
All
are
right,
what
till
you
next week.
think. Till
There you
next
go.
week. Thank you.